Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the description of the video, I'm going to be doing kind of like a Amazon pen haul as well as a pen test. A couple of things really quickly. I do have my filming buddy Mila here, so if you hear some little whines and I have to stop and start a lot, that is because she is joining me. And then I do have my printer going, getting ready for tomorrow, so sorry about those distractions right off the bat. So anyway, I asked you guys on Instagram a while ago, or maybe a couple days ago, not a couple days, maybe like a week or so ago, what pens you guys recommended that were like very fine tip pens, but like colorful options. Because you guys know I love the Pilot G2s in the 0.38. Those are my all-time favorite pens. I have seriously a whole like container full of them in black because I love black pens, but I also have green, blue, and red. The issue with these pens though are that they don't come in more colorful options. I know the G2 comes in more colorful options, but not in the fine. I think these are called the ultra fine or extra ultra fine or something like that. They're the 0.38 though. So anyway, I asked you guys on Instagram and a bunch of people responded and had so many suggestions, so I picked up 4 different versions of them. One of the pens did not arrive yet, and those are the Sarsa, I think. So those should be coming in April, which I will definitely do something else talking to you guys about those. But the ones that I did pick up were the Pilot Juice. I think, yeah, Pilot Juice in the 0.38. You can tell there's lots of colors there. I also picked up the, I took these already out of the package, the Uniball Signo Dx, and this is again 0.38. So those are all the color options for those. And then another version that I picked up, I'm totally going to mess up the name of these, Muji? I'm not sure, but it's again, a 0.38. So I was able to find a lot in the tip that I like, which was really nice. And I've already kind of tested some of the colors and stuff just to see if I was going to like them at all. And so what I want to do is just test them out for you guys so you can see what they look like, how they write. I'll talk about what I think of like how smooth they are and everything like that. I know a lot of people think that the G2, the 0.38, is not smooth. I am used to it, so it is for me. But anyway, let's get right into it. Again, my printer's going. Mila's about to have a meltdown, so we'll try and get through this as fast as we can. So this is the Pilot G2 in 0.38. This is, I can tell, a brand new pen because it is a little bit more scratchy than the ones that I am using right now. So that's the Pilot G2 0.38. I don't have any of the other versions of those because honestly, they're just not, like I don't have the 0.5 or the 0.7 because they're way too bold of a tip for me. I'm gonna start by doing the Pilot Juice pens because a lot of people recommended these. And I'm gonna start with the black and then kind of go from like the darkest to the lightest, or however they have it. All the pens that I've noticed come with this little ball at the end, and I think that is to make sure that like the ink isn't going to run or anything like that. So this is going to be the Pilot Juice in 0.38. So you can tell this one is definitely a little bit more bold than the one up here. And I'm okay with that. I'm fine with it being bolder. I will talk about why I wanted to know what pens you guys recommended. It wasn't just for this video. I will let you guys know that in tomorrow's video. So definitely keep an eye out on that. 0.38. And this is, I guess I'm gonna put the color next to it. This is Grape. And this is just considered black. And obviously the top one is black as well. I have to say the juice pens are pretty smooth in my opinion. I feel like they're pretty good. And this one is blue black. Okay, and then this one is just blue. So you can tell that one is a little bit more a blue, like not as dark. So far, I really like how they all write. I feel like they write very comparable to the Pilot G2. When I was looking up reviews for these pens, so I asked you guys what you guys thought, and then I also looked on like Amazon reviews, and I will have everything linked down below if you want to pick up these pens. They're all pretty affordable. I don't think I spent more than like $40 on all of them. But one of the things that I noticed in all the reviews were people talking about how some of the pens you really can't see, and you could probably see on camera that the light blue is definitely really light. I can see it, but I could definitely tell that like some of these might be a little hard to read. If you're taking your own notes, it probably would be okay, but if you're using this to like write to other people, it might be a little bit harder. Here's the green. This is just green. Then we have one that I think is going to be really hard to see, and this is the apple green. Oops, 3-8. Apple green. And I don't know about you guys. Yeah, you can probably tell, like it's really hard to see. It's really hard to see in person as well. Like if I turn it like this, I can see it just mostly because of the indent, but that is going to be a really hard pen to see. Really hard. Okay, next one is orange. .38. And this is a good orange. I feel like that's not too light at all. The next one though, apricot orange, is going to be more difficult. Okay, so next is apricot orange. And this one you can see a little bit better than the green. But it's still pretty light. I think you guys can see that. It's not as bad as the apple green. And then we have baby pink. .38. Baby pink, that one you can definitely see, not a bad color at all. And then we have coral pink, which will be interesting to see if it's like an actual coral. Pilot Juice. That one's a good color. I like that color a lot. Okay, and the last one in that that like package is going to be red. So all of those write really well. I think they're all very comparable to the Pilot G2. So if you're looking for something that is very comparable, just different colors, I think that's a great option. I think the only color that is really hard to see, like now that I'm looking back, would be the apple green. Everything else, the apricot orange, light blue, I can definitely see. They're just not as bold of colors, obviously, but that's kind of what you get when you're getting like these juice colors, I feel like. They definitely have to have some like lighter colors. So those are all of the Pilot Juice pens, and now I'm going to take a look at the other pens. So I think I'm gonna start with the Uniball Signo. And I'll do kind of the same thing that I did before. I'm gonna do like some of the darker colors first, and we'll kind of move our way into the lighter colors. And let's see, do they have colors on here? They do not. I don't think there's colors on here. So I guess I'm not gonna do the colors for these ones. So we have okay, these already I can tell are a little bit more, they skip a little bit more. You can probably tell from that, like there's definitely some skipping going on. And I don't know if, again, sometimes new pens are just like that. but it's definitely skipping. So it'll be interesting to see if that changes at all. And then let's do purple next. These definitely seem like they're a little bit more bold colors than the juice pens. But yeah, these definitely skip a lot more, which would drive me insane. So no, the red doesn't seem bad at all. The red is good. Again, it could totally be that you just need to like warm them up a little bit, but this is like the first time that I'm using them, so obviously I have not. So far, all the colors seem like you can... Ooh, Mila. So far, all the colors look like you can see them pretty well. They're more bold. But at the same time, they're very different colors. So that's also kind of nice for people who want some different selections. This seems to be like the lightest color so far. I'm gonna put them right next to each other. Oh yeah, the pink is definitely skipping. That's so not fun. I don't like the skipping at all. And then there's the yellow or like orange color here. So those are definitely, there's obviously less pens in that pack. The juice came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Signo came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 less. There's obviously, because there's more pens, more like different types of colors in the juice pack. The Signo, I would say the tip is pretty similar to the juice, like it's thin, but the issue that I have is that it seems like it's skipping a lot. Okay, so those were the 2 packs, and let me actually tell you guys the price of some of these, just so that you guys have an idea. So, okay, so the Pilot Juice pens were $13 for the pack of 12, and then the Uniball pens were, I believe they were the cheaper option of all of the pens. They were $5.90, so not bad, but considering that they kind of skip a little bit, that's kind of a bummer. And then the last pen that I have to show you guys is the Muji, I think it's called. I don't know what it's called, but those are $14.98, so those are like the most expensive. So let's go ahead and do a pen test for those. And kind of go through, and these do have the colors on them. I think I might have said that they didn't, but they do. So these we will go ahead and do the pen test for. I'm going to start with like the darker colors and kind of go on. So this is Muji in 0.38, and this is Blue Black. These write very nicely. They're very smooth. This is the blue. Blue. And then we have light blue. So this is the light blue. This is very similar to the Pilot Juice. I would say that color blue is very similar. And then we have green. We have red. Pink. I think that's what it's called, yep. Pink. And then we have the orange. Okay, so I don't have the other ones that you guys recommended. Like I said, those should be coming in April, so I didn't want to wait for the pen test until then. So far though, I could say that probably my favorite would be the Juice. I feel like it's very similar to the Pilot G2, just the way that it feels, the writing, and I feel like it's not too bad of a pack considering that there's only really one color that I probably wouldn't use. The second one that I like the most would be the Muji or whatever they're called. Those are very nice as well because they write smoothly, they're not skipping. There's not as many colors in that option, but all the colors that you do have are definitely usable. My least favorite is obviously the Uniball Signo. I'm going to mess around with them a little bit more as time goes on and just see if they like skip a little bit less with more use, because I know some pens are just like that. It takes a while to like kind of warm them up. But that is pretty much it for this little pen test. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it. Again, I will have all the pens linked down below if you guys want to check them out. The Pilot Juice are probably the ones that you guys recommended the most. A lot of people recommended those on Instagram. So I think if you're going to pick up one pack, that so far is probably the pack that I would recommend, just because there's so many different colors and options. And like I said, I'm going to explain the reason why I wanted all of these different colored pens in tomorrow's video. So definitely check that out. But again, if you want to pick up these pens, I will have them linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.